Right team, now welcome to episode 3 of the Strong in Lockdown series. Now this is probably going to be your shortest and probably the most boring episode, I'm just going to be honest with you right now, but it is about supplementation. Quite a lot of you ask me numerous questions on supplementation. It's probably one of the most frequently asked DMs I get about a certain new supplement on the market. Now I'm just going to be straight with you. I pretty much only have 3 key supplements in my routine, and yes, I will try different things and I'll try different products, but quite a lot of the time I will do it because I get sent them for free. That is just me. So I'm going to give you the 3 staple products that you probably need for your strong in lockdown, bulking up, gaining size, anything in your routine. The 3 staple supplements that I would have, and then anything else is just really a given. So the 3 staple supplements that I have in my nutrition are protein, creatine, and caffeine / pre-workout, whatever you want to call it. Now, protein is probably the most frequently used product by any of my clients, and the reason this is simple. Protein intake. Now I am 225 pounds, hovering between that range right now, and sometimes eating that through food in a busy day can be a bit of a struggle. Okay, we said earlier in the last episode, in episode 2, protein intake is one of the most fundamental things to your nutrition, okay? And quite a lot of the time, dependent on the individual, and if you are an individual that struggles potentially with appetite, having protein, which is simply just whey protein or whey protein isolate, it stems from food, okay? It is not a steroid, it is not any sort of crazy supplement. You're not going to wake up with 2 inches extra on your biceps the next day. It is simply just a food supplement, and it does not replace real foods, but it can be a supplement for if you struggle to hit a daily protein intake. Now the second supplement, which has pretty much been a staple for me because one, it is the scientifically most backed supplement on the market right now and has been for pretty much the last few years. Again, it is not a steroid, creatine. So the second thing with that is it improves performance, and the third thing, it is super cheap. So there is a lot of scientific evidence behind creatine of actually working, whereas some supplements, you might not have that scientific evidence until another 5 years down the line. But this right now is stemmed from the fact that it increases performance in athletes, in the average Joe, and it is generally just a good performance supplement for if you are a power-based athlete. And I don't mean that as in you're a professional athlete. I mean if you're someone that weight trains, resistance trains, strongman, powerlifting, general hypertrophy. It's a supplement that it is that cheap and it has that much evidence behind it. Why would you not get it, okay? Even some protein powders have it in already. Obviously red meats and foods have some amounts of it, but it is, unless you're having a lot of red meat every day, you're probably not going to get an adequate enough dose to see a difference, okay? But again, it is not a steroid. You're not going to like wake up in the morning with like 2 inches on your legs, 2 inches on your arms. It is just going to support your training, and the real gist of it is, from some people's opinions, it might give you an extra few reps on a set. It might make you run a little bit quicker. It might make you push a little bit harder. So that is the second supplement that I have. So the third supplement and the staple supplement in my routine, and people who follow me on Instagram will know that I absolutely abuse this, is caffeine, okay? Whether that be a black coffee or multiple black coffees, whether it be a white monster, the notorious white monster, or whether it be a pre-workout. Now, I am a massive fan of if you can get a buzz off caffeine. I do honestly think it can enhance your training. I think your performance will be better, but also it's a backup plan. I have a lot of long hours at the computer. I have a lot of days where I'm working, I'm busy, and you probably are too, and you have that in your routine, and there's no reason why a little bit of pre-workout can't perk you up for those days or those hard extra sessions, especially when it's, for example, a leg day. Now, again, people have asked me, have seen the monsters in the gym before and said, will this help me? It's not going to do anything crazy to your physique, but if it gets you to train harder and it gives you that little bit of edge when you're feeling pretty down in the dumps, you don't really want to train, why not introduce a little bit of caffeine and potentially try a pre-workout? And those are pretty much the only 3 supplements that I have. Very, very simple: protein, creatine, and caffeine of some sort. Now, those are your 3 staples. Right, now 3 optional extras if you've got a little bit more disposable income, if you just want to really take it to town with the supplementation. This is my favourite 3 extras. Now, you've got a greens powder, you've got a multivitamin, and you've got a carbohydrate source of some sort. Now, these aren't essential, but if you can add them in, I would definitely recommend it, okay? So the greens powder first, I essentially have this supplement just because I lack a vegetable and fibre source. Now, one of the best supplements that I've probably used is Alpha Lion's green powders. I've also used Bulk Powder's green powders. I've also used My Protein's green powders. All of them are pretty much the same and just get you by if you are someone that lacks getting in them fruit and vegetables. If you're someone that uses quick meals and you're pretty lazy with cooking at home, it is a good supplement to have to make sure you are just hitting bare minimums when it comes to micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. Now, supplement number 2, a multivitamin. Now, this is one that you've potentially not really thought about. You're stressed about protein, you're stressed about creatine, but you're not thinking about your actual health. Now, one of the best ways for you to progress throughout the year with your training without your nutrition, and especially during lockdown, and there's a COVID-19 going around right now, don't know if you've heard about it, is a multivitamin. If you don't get sick, you're going to be able to train a little bit harder. Okay, so this is a supplement that I would definitely try and incorporate in your routine, in your daily routine, and you will probably just eliminate any potential illnesses, potential sickness, and potential poor sessions throughout the year. Right, now the third and final supplement that you might want to incorporate, because this is the Strong in Lockdown series, is a carb source. Any sort of carbohydrate source that you can time around training potentially, or just get in your diet. Now, quite a lot of people that I find on Instagram hit me up in the DMs, even a couple of the lads in the gym especially, and I'm speaking to the lads that struggle with appetite. Now, I'm not necessarily one of those, so I can't really relate. Now, this is why I put this in the optional supplement extra section, okay? I don't need a carbohydrate source because I have a ferocious appetite, but you might not. Now, whether this is as simple as oats and bananas in a pre-workout shake, that might not be good enough for you, okay? Yes, you can bulk up shakes and you can do this, but if you're someone that really struggles, you might have to get some sort of carbohydrate powder source for your shakes, during training sessions. Quite a lot of these carbohydrate sources these days will actually be intra-workouts, and you can actually get carbohydrates in to enhance your training sessions, and it might just tip you over the line when it comes to trying to hit calories and trying to hit carbohydrates throughout the day. So in summary, those are my 3 staple supplements and my 3 optional extras for if you want to look into supplementation. Now, supplements, just a quick little thing, they are supplements, okay? They're not going to do any drastic things. They're not going to be a game changer if your nutrition is poor already or if your training is poor. They are a supplementation to your diet. So I don't need to stress about this, but I thought it was a key part and a frequently asked question in my Instagram DMs, and that is pretty much supplementation 101. That's as simple as I keep it, and it has worked for me. Other people have different opinions, and some people have some crazy other sources that they use with their training and nutrition, but that has done the job for me for years, and that is pretty much what I would say is supplementation 101. Now, the next episode is going to be all about recovery. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, hit me up in the comments if you've enjoyed this series so far, if you've enjoyed this video, and the next one will be all about recovery. See you in the next episode.